morning, this is Joy from Enjoy Fitness 43, and today we're going to be doing a fun little workout. You're going to need a band, so either a handle band, so I have a handle band here, or you're going to need a Thera band, so the long flat band. We're going to be on the floor with it. We're just going to do one set of exercises with that, and a set of weights that we're going to be using a lot with. We're going to do a 5-minute workout with it. So it's actually 4 minutes with the weights, and then we're going to do a 1-minute workout with an ab workout. So it'll be different every time that we do the abs. So just a fun little thing. So don't forget a mat for getting on the floor, and then some water to have in between our rounds. So we're going to start with our 5-minute warm-up first. So go ahead and grab your supplies that you need, and we're going to start with our warm-up. So let's just start with knee raises. Get those knees up. Try to get them as high as you can. Maybe you start a little bit lower, and then as you start to warm up, you can get them up. You could put your hands out in front of you, about belly height, and then try to get that knee up from side to side. Good. Okay, so then we're going to go into a nice little hip circle. Good, and then we're going to go around the other way in that hip circle. Nice, and then we're going to go from side to side, just like a little boom, boom to each side of the room. Nice. Now we're going to bring our arms up like we're getting a stick up. So nice and high, and we're going to push back, come in, push back, come all the way in as far as you can. So you want those arms up about shoulder height. Get those elbows nice and high so they can go above your chest. And you're going to try to touch those elbows in front, and you're rotating all the way around so you can round the back and open the chest. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to take a side lunge, and then we're just going to go straight to the other side. From side to side. Good. And you're thinking about sticking that tush out to the back and stretching the inside of your leg from side to side. Nice. Okay, then we're going to come back up, and then we're just going to do a gentle side bend. So your feet are about shoulder width apart, and then we're just tracing our hand down the side of our leg, getting a nice stretch through the side. Good. So now I'm not pushing my hip out when I'm doing it. I'm just letting the torso get that nice side bend. And then we're going to come up, and I'm going to make sure I have room in the back when I do this. Yeah. And we're just going to swing the arms up and then to the back. Nice, good opener for the shoulders. Good. As high as you can, up and back. Big swings. Good. Okay, so now we're going to take a front lunge and a back lunge. We're going to make sure we're not going to hit my wall here. So front lunge and then back lunge. Good. Front lunge and back lunge. Nice. Let's do a few more here, and then we'll go to the other leg. All right, so standing up, and we'll switch sides. Front lunge and back lunge. Good. Now with me, this always tests my balance too, trying to do those front lunges and back lunges without falling over. Good. nice little rotation. Now don't start swinging real hard. It's nice and gentle. Okay, so you can follow it, or you can leave your head in one place. And we're just going side to side here. Pretend like you have a weight in your hand. And we're not taking our heels up, so we're not going like this, okay? We're just gently rotating from side to side. You can feel it through your back, through your rib cage. Stand up nice and tall for me. All right, now we're gonna shake it out. Okay, so now we're gonna swing the arms up. There you go. Swinging the arms up. This is our last movement here. Almost done. That's it. All the way back. And we're all done. Great. Okay, so we're going to shake that out. And I'm going to fix that. All right. So let me switch this to 1 minute because we're going to do 1 minute of abs. So we'll be working for 50 seconds and we're going to have 10 seconds in between. And we're going to start with squats and a reverse lunge. So go ahead and grab your weights. I'm going to take these off real quick because I'll be holding weights that don't have rubber handles. There we go. So if you need to get a quick drink, always remember that if you need to stop and take a drink in between, you can. So we're doing everything twice. We're not doing a set of 3. So it's going to be twice through. And we're working lower body and then upper body in our rounds, but we'll always be doing an ab exercise with each round. So I thought I'd hit the abs hard. Okay, so we're going to do just good squats, okay? Holding those weights. So if you have heavy weights and 2 weights is too much, you can go down to 1 weight. Now, when you're doing your weights, I want you to think about putting the weight in your heels and setting that tush back. Like there's a chair behind you, and you're trying to get your tush to that chair. All right? And then when you come back up, make sure that you're squeezing your tush and your quads. Just give them a little squeeze. When you come to the top, make sure you come all the way back up, okay? I mean, you can do the little halfway up and down, but ooh, that's a long time. And it'll tire you out a lot more. All right, so then we're gonna go into a reverse lunge. So not a split squat, but a reverse lunge. So that means you're gonna have a straight leg. Okay. Straight leg when you go back. You're gonna alternate legs. Make sure you find your balance. I'm always looking at myself in the video, so sometimes I topple over. I always say, well, that should help you more. Not always. So if I look away from the camera, it's because I'm trying to find my balance better. Nice and straight. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to get my leg back as far as I can. Bend the front knee a little bit more. And get down nice and low. I think it would help if I didn't have that mat right in front of me or stepping on it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do 1 more set of each of those. And then we'll go onto the floor. Okay, up and down. Good job. Are you squeezing? Making sure you're squeezing. And one more time with the reverse lunge. Good. Let's see. Make sure you have that room to reverse lunge. Nice. I like reverse lunges better than front lunges because it doesn't hurt my knees. So here I have to choose between the two. Maybe a reverse lunge won't hurt your knees. So always think about those exercises. Everything works something different though. You know, a front lunge is going to work your quad more. A reverse lunge with a straight leg is going to work your tush more. So in front lunge is going to work your quad more. So it depends on what you want to work on. All right, so we're going to go down to the floor. And I need to turn the volume up on this so I can hear it when it goes off. We're going to do 1 minute of bicycles, okay? So just the old-fashioned bicycle elbow to knee exercise here. So we're going to roll down. So if you don't want to be on the floor, you can do standing bicycles. Where you're standing, you're doing knee to elbow. Either one. I like the exercise of getting down and back up. I think that's important. And being down here also makes me use my neck, which is important to have strong neck muscles. So that's another reason why I get onto the floor. All right, so we don't need to push that. I am going to push this. So on your mark, get set, go. Here we go. Nice bicycles. Elbow to knee. Now, if your hands are on your head, like mine are, you're not pushing your neck towards you. Your hands are just gently touching your head. Okay. And we're rotating side to side. And pushing those legs out as far as we can. And breathing. And if your elbows don't actually touch your knees, don't worry about it. Almost there. Let's see if I can hear that buzzer. Ooh, I did not hear that buzzer. Okay, maybe I don't have my sound on this morning yet. Oh, there, now I have my sound on. Maybe I'll hear it next time. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get ourselves back up. Okay, so our next two exercises are going to be bicep curls and tricep extensions. So we have an upper body workout now. So let's go ahead and grab those weights, get those ready. You can hold them in your hands. I'll pick them up as soon as I hit my timer. Alrighty. So I'm going to do a regular bicep curl, and then I'm going to take it out to the side too. So I'm going to make mine fun. So here I'm here, and then I'm going to go out to the side here. So I'm going to do kind of like a double bicep curl, a little W or V shape bicep curl for this. Now, when you're doing this and you're standing, always remember that your knees are slightly bent. Okay, just a little break in the knee so that you have that blood circulating. You're in an athletic stance. You are using your core to help stabilize yourself. Good job. And of course, if you find that the two weights that you've chosen are too heavy, you can get smaller weights, or you can get, you can go down to one. So I'm going to go down to one weight for this because I have 10-pound weights. I'm going to come up, and I'm just going to take it behind my head because this is 50 seconds. try not to bow my back or drop my chin. Keep that chin parallel with the floor. Good job. Nice. And keep going. It's a lot of reps. So I gotta think about that when I picked my weight. All right. So it'd be like 2 5-pound weights. And we're gonna go right back into those bicep curls again. One more set. And again, it's still a lot of reps because 50 seconds is a really long time. So if you find that you can't do any more in good form, then you just take a longer break. Or you can take a break until you think you can do it again, and then you finish out with a couple more reps. Okay, either way is good, acceptable, but doing them with really bad form is not acceptable. Okay, breaks are okay. So if you're in there with 20-pound weights and your form starts to get bad after 8 reps, then take a 10-second break or 15-second break, and then go back in there and try to get another 8 in before that 50 seconds is up, okay? Okay, here we go. Down and up. So we only have 2 sets here. Then we're gonna get on the floor and we're gonna do some scissors. So we're gonna do fast scissors. I think last time I did slow scissors. This time we're gonna do fast scissors for a minute. I'll show you a couple different ways to hold your hands. So you can hold the weight, you can hold your hands out, you can hold them under you. You're only doing it once. So it's up to you how you want to do it. So I'll show you a couple different ways. All right, so weights off to the side. Ooh, shake those arms out before we get onto the floor. Take a drink if you need to. All right, so we're gonna get on the floor to do our scissors. So you can grab a weight if you'd like to, and you can hold it above your chest here, and you can have your head up. Okay, so, and then we're gonna do fast scissors. So, number 1, it's probably the hardest way to do it. Or you can have your hands out to the side and do fast scissors and have your head down or up. Or you can have your hands under your bum and do your fast scissors and have your head up or down. Any of those are good, okay? So it depends on where you're at ab-wise and neck-wise. So minute's a long time, especially when you're doing fast scissors, because you're more unstable when you're doing them. So it just depends on how you feel during that exercise. So if you have to slow it down, you just slow it down as far as your legs go. Okay, are you ready? So decide how you want to do it, and you can change up halfway through too. So don't feel like you have to stop. Okay, ready, set, and go. Don't forget to breathe. Point those toes just a little bit. Don't overpoint them because I don't want you to get a cramp in your calf. So I look straight up, I don't look at my legs. Keep going. We're getting there. About 5 more seconds. And time. All right, good job. I still didn't hear it. Now I have to see if I turn the volume down. And the volume went down. Oh, I'm gonna get this right sooner or later. All right, so we're gonna get ready for our next set, which will be legs. And we're gonna do a curtsy and a side lunge. So we're working on the sides of the legs and deep into the glutes. Alrighty, so grab your weight, fix your shirt, whatever you have to do to get yourself back up. Alrighty, make sure you have where you want to be. Alright, so we're going to start with curtsy. So we're going to take our leg behind us, as if we're curtsying. Leg behind, down and up, okay? So we're really thinking about getting deep into the muscle of the glute. Nice. You want to keep that chin and chest up if you can. Try not to look down at the floor when you're doing this. You can do it without the weight if you want to. If the weight is too awkward for you to hold on to, it just helps add that extra, poundage to that squat that you're doing when you go down and up. Gets through the quads, gets through the glute muscles. All right, so we're going to do a side-to-side lunge. So we're going to actually step out. So we'll go to the right first. So we're going to go to the right. It's almost like stepping the weight down, setting the weight down to the floor. Good. Nice. Step out, getting to the inner thigh, sticking the glute out. Right, okay, going back to that curtsy. Okay, so here we go. Down and up and back. So the further you cross over, the better it is. So if you have nice long legs and you can really swing that leg around and then go down and up, that's great. I always feel like I have little short legs and I can't do that. But this is a great little workout to do. Get this one, finish it. All right, so we're going to do our side-to-side step. We go to the left this time first. Here we go. Big step. Take all the way out. Other side. All right. So those are done. Set those weights off to the side. Okay, come back you need it. I'm gonna have to move that out of my way, and this. Okay, so we're gonna do a Superman exercise. So you're gonna get on your tummy for this one. All right, so if you need to catch your breath before you get down on your tummy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant your feet and hold your toes down nice and flat. And then you're gonna reach your hands out in front. One hand's gonna be on your back, the other one's gonna be out in front. And then you're gonna switch sides, okay? And you're gonna keep your torso up and your eyes out front. So don't look straight down. You can if looking up hurts you, okay? But try to avoid putting your head on your mat. If you need to, you can. I mean, if you have to, you go get a pillow or a yoga block and put your forehead down onto it. But we're trying to gain neck and torso muscles here too, and working on that lower back. Your abs are a girdle, so we're trying to work on those lower back muscles while we're doing this exercise, okay? So remember, we're gonna trade places. One hand's out in front, the other hand's on your lower back, and then we're gonna trade. So pretend like you're switching a cup from your back and putting it, like trading a cup. So here I'm giving the cup to this hand and then putting it on my back and then getting the cup or whatever. Alrighty? Okay, so we're gonna get ready. Set, put your hand on your back, okay? And go. So this is, if you have a shoulder problem, you need to learn to swing the hand out and make it a big fluid movement that goes all the way around so you can rotate that shoulder. Don't try to make it too small, okay? I have to do that with my right side because that shoulder just cricks and cracks. So I have to make a nice big movement to get that object off my back. We're almost there, almost done here. Okay, perfect. Finally got that to work. Perfect, all right, good job. All right, get another drink of water if you need to, and then we're gonna go on to our next set. So our next set is on the floor, and we're going to use our band for this one. Okay, so get your band ready. If you don't have a band, then you can do shoulder raises and rows, okay? Because that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing here. But we're doing lat pull-downs with the band, so you would be doing shoulder presses, and then we're gonna do rows with the band, and you'd be just doing regular rows. But you would need to stand up for this, or get on your knees, or sit in a chair for it. So the best way to do this, if you have handle bands, put your hands inside and then grab onto the band itself. That way your handles aren't hitting you, and you need a lot of tension. Now when I do this, I also bend my knees just a little bit, so I'll do it from the side here a little bit, instead of having my legs straight out, because I always like to have that little bend in my knee. So you need to make sure that you have plenty of, you've taken the slack out of your band. So here we're going to do our row here. Alrighty, so we'll start with our row, and then we're going to just crisscross our legs and do our lat pull down, okay? Alrighty, so we're going to do our row first, bend those knees a little bit. I think I'll do this so my feet don't slide. Put it on my mat. Okay, so we're going to do our row. just tuck it in. And when you do a band, you can't do it super fast because you want to use the tension going away from you and coming towards you, and you hold it here for just a second so you can use that tension. Good. Nice job. These are always fun to do. It's nice to do something other than weights sometimes, so it's good to get the bands out and get those muscles from a different way. Okay, so now I'm gonna crisscross my legs. You can stand up if you want to, or you can hop in a chair. And I'm gonna bring the band up here, and I'm gonna bring it down to my chest. So open the band, straight arms. Don't bend the elbows. Good job. So we're working our back here. Okay, and you can bring it behind your head if you want to. And you can bring it in the front and in the back. So just a bunch of different ways to work it. Maybe you feel it more if you do it to the back. Just don't do it super fast, okay? You gotta be mindful when you use the band. There should be enough tension on it that you really have to think about pulling it out and then slowly bringing it back in. All right, so now we're gonna go out front again, one more set. Okay, bend those knees a little bit, sit up nice and tall, and you're gonna lean back just a tiny bit. I mean, you're not like laying down on the ground, and you're not sitting bolt upright either. Looks like I am, but I'm leaning back just a little bit so my arms have some place to go. Good job. Nice. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our band again. Now decide how you want to do. In front, in back, combination of both. I'm going to do combination of both. I like how that feels. So you have to think, okay, how's that feel in my shoulder? How's that feel on my back? You have to pick the one that's best for you. Giving you choices here. If you need to give yourself a little bit more slack, then give yourself more slack too. Good. If your band is like really loose, if you can't give it more tension, then you just kind of slow down on the exercise, and that will give it its own more tension. Okay, wow, that went by fast. The fun ones always do. Go by way too fast. Okay, so now we're going to do a heel touch. So we're going to get on the mat. Now we're going to roll back down, and we're going to put our heels down here. So avoid bringing your heels way up here next to your tush where you hardly have to reach at all. So take a little step out so they're a little bit away from you, and get your back so that's nice and flat on the ground. I like to roll my tailbone down so that I know my tummy's nice and flat against the floor so that I can use my abs to press down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come up, look up at the ceiling, and then we're going to tap, tap on each side, okay? And then if you need to, you can put your head down and you can still tap, tap. It just really messes your hair up, just so you know. But that's okay, because I can't see it. All right, 50 seconds. If you need to take a break, then take a break, because these when you're holding your head up that long and you're moving from side to side, these can be daunting. Okay, are you ready? Set, go. So here we go, side to side. It's just a little tap on the heel. And then once you get it going, if you want to try to reach the ankle, you can. Just avoid the urge to try to tuck your feet in closer to you. Make sure you're breathing, looking up at that ceiling, or you can close your eyes. You don't have to look at the ceiling. That's it, side to side. Relax your face. Get those breaths in there. Think about that lower back being nice and flat on the floor. All right, that was a minute. So perfect. All right, now we're going to roll ourselves all the way back up, and let's see what we're going to do for our legs next. All right, so we're going to do an inner and outer thigh exercise. So we're not going to use well, we can use the weight. We're going to use one weight for the outer thigh exercise, and we're going to do no weights for the inner thigh exercise, alrighty? So we're gonna stay on the floor for this. And we're gonna go ahead and roll ourselves down, make sure your back is nice and flat against the floor, and we're gonna lift our feet up. Now, we're gonna do inner thigh, we're gonna have flat feet here, and then we're gonna point the toes and then bring them in. So flat out, pointy in, alright? So that's for the inner thigh. So we'll start with the inner thigh. Hands can go out to the side or on the mat, but remember you're going to be opening those legs up, so you kind of want them out of the way of your hips. So here we go, flat out, in. And every time you do it, I want you to think about, can you get your legs open just a little bit more? And I'll tell you, this is highly effective. And you think, oh, it's such a simple exercise. Well, I did this exercise yesterday, and my thighs are still on fire from it. I can feel those inner thigh muscles. As easy as this looks, I can definitely feel all those inner thigh muscles. Well, you do this little tiny movement every other day, and you'll definitely tone up those inner thighs. As easy as it looks. You just lay here, and I didn't do any more than the 50 seconds. So, okay, so now we're going to roll onto our side, and we're going to put the weight, one weight right here, and we're just going to do leg lifts, okay, right here. We'll just do one leg once, and then we'll do the other leg once, so remember which leg you've done. Taking it up, we're not going all the way up, we're just taking it up so that that leg gets that little bit of tension. You should be feeling it about now. I can definitely feel it on the outside of that thigh. Good. To the inner thigh. Nice and flat back, hands out of the way. Okay, flat feet, inner feet. My legs don't want to go as far apart as I want them to because I'm already sore. So when you take them out, get that little bit extra. How far can you get them apart? Don't yank them apart. Just take a little moment to see if you can stretch them apart just a little bit more. Breathe. And then really think about pulling them back together. Just use that. Pull them back together. Okay, so I'm spin around here real quick. Oopsie. Okay, here we go, up and down. Good. Almost there. All right, so we did those two sides. All right, so now we're gonna do a jackknife as far as our ab exercise goes. So let me move my weight over here. So if you need to get a drink, go ahead and get a drink. All right, let's get a drink. And we're gonna set the timer. And we're gonna do a jackknife. So we're just gonna reach our arms and our legs out as far as we can away from us, okay? And then we're gonna pull them in. So that's one way to do it, okay? If you're really feeling it, then you can go all the way out here and then reach all the way up here, okay? So depends on how you're feeling today. That's like the hardest way. And then if you want to really do it, then put that weight in your hands and then bring it up, okay? So depends on how you feel. Almost hit the wrong button. Okay, ready, set. Okay, go. So getting that torso up is hard. Getting your legs up straight is challenging. I'm kind of doing halfway between both. Getting the torso up, but not the legs. All right. All right, so we have one more arm exercise to do. Whew. And we're gonna get our weights for that. And let's go ahead and stand up for that. Looks like I've worked myself out of my bun just about. All righty. Let me fix my hair. Maybe I'll just leave it down for this one. All right, so we're gonna do a shoulder raise and then a lateral raise, okay? So we're gonna go, I'm gonna do alternating shoulder raise because I have heavier weights, and then I'm gonna do an alternating lateral raise. Alrighty, here we go. Are you ready? Any second now. Okay, alternating shoulder raise. So I'm always trying to work my shoulders because they're my nemesis right now. There's some movements I can do without pain. I can do the shoulder raise, but the shoulder still hurts when I do other things, but I gotta try to keep it strong. Some rotating movements it does not like. Now this one is a long 50 seconds. Whew. Okay, so now we're gonna do a lateral raise, okay? So we're only going shoulder height. Okay, so we're gonna go shoulder height. Doesn't like this one very much. It's pretty heavy for me. For you, 10 pounds might be super easy. So that's why I need to use heavier weights, because it's been a while. I hurt myself. And I had to use lighter weights for a while. And I'm still trying to work back up to using heavier weights. And that was over a year ago, so I've got to get back up into heavier weights. All right, so one more set each. Here we go. I'm not gonna let it come all the way down this time. I'm gonna hold it about halfway, so it has to have that tension on it the whole time, instead of letting it go to complete rest. Just a little more work. And there's different ways to do shoulder raises. You know, here we're just doing the press up here, and then you can also turn it so that it's facing out. You can do it. Almost there. And sometimes you just need to go down in weight on certain exercises. That's all there is to it. Okay, good. Okay, we're gonna do shoulder lat raise. So many different ways to work your shoulders. You know, if you go to a gym, they have, oops, that might have been my last one on that side. Yep. They have different machines that you can do, like the L 45-degree press, like prayer hands. It's a tough one, and it's like an angel wing one, where you bring your arms up and out, kind of like this one, but your hands are in prayer hand position. So many different raises too, with dumbbells too, and leaning back on benches and stuff. All right, so there's that one. Okay, so now we're going to do another Superman exercise. Okay, are you ready? All right, so this is our last exercise, and it is another Superman. So let me move these this way so that you don't have to see them in the way. So this time, last time we did one hand at a time on our back. So this time we're going to do both hands on our back and then bring them out in front. So it's going to be up, come around, rotate them to the back. So it's palms down, then you're going to flip your palms around to palms up. Okay? And again, you're going to plant your feet. Let's plant our feet. Get on that belly. Chin is up. And then we're going to try to keep that face up a little bit. Or you can look straight down at your mat, but you don't want your forehead down on the floor unless you absolutely have to have it down there. Okay, don't smash your head on the mat. Alrighty, here we go. Ready, set, go. And remember, it's not a speed race. It's a nice, gentle movement. Hands out in front, hands to the lower back. And we bring them out in front, and then to the lower back. And you try to have your toes into the floor so that you're bracing them, and then that way it ignites your lower back. halfway there. Almost done. My heart's going pitter-patter. Okay, and time. Perfect. All right. Oh, so let's just hold ourselves right here for just a second. Let's just go ahead and get up into a nice up dog. If you need to get a drink, you can get a drink. I'm just going to hold it here for a second. Okay, back. Let's get into child's pose. See how we're here. And then we'll go ahead and get ourselves into all fours. And let's just do some cat-cows. So let's get into cat. And then into cow. Lift that chin up, drop the ribs. And again, cat. Tuck that chin in, round the back, and cow. Blow the air out. And one more cat. And then cow. Okay, roll the toes under, get yourself into plank. And let's bring that right knee up into pigeon. Relax that back leg. Okay, press the palms down. Get up nice and tall through the torso. Now, if you need to be on this leg, I understand. You know, you don't want to be on that leg, but I understand people, not everybody can get right onto that hip. Okay, let's walk ourselves out. Try to lay yourselves down. Stretch through that hip. And then walk ourselves back up. Okay, we're going to reach behind us and we're going to grab onto this ankle. So I have same hand, same ankle. Okay, now I'm going to switch. So I'm going to get up a little higher and I'm going to grab the opposite ankle. Opposite ankle, opposite hand, same ankle. And then I'm going to release. All right, now I'm going to get on that toe. Okay, and I'm going to bring myself back into plank and then walk myself into down dog. And just press through, pull the belly in, open the back. Okay, now I'm going to bring myself back into plank and then I'm going to bring the other leg up. Okay, very good. And make sure I push myself up nice and tall. Are you nice and tall? Stretching through that back quad. Okay, now I'm going to reach forward. Try to lay myself down. Now I'm going to bring myself back up and I'm going to take same hand, same ankle. So I have my right hand and I'm holding on to my right ankle. Maybe it's your left hand, left ankle. Now I'm going to roll towards the right and grab my right ankle with my left hand. So I'm up off my left hip now. And then I'm going to release and I'm going to roll into my right toe, bring myself into a plank and then into down dog again. I'm going to press my heels towards the floor, open the back. So I stretch through my hamstrings and my calves. walk my feet towards my hands. And I'm just gonna let my body hang here for a little bit. Bend my knees just a little bit, okay? So I don't wanna have my legs locked. And then I'm gonna slowly roll up to halfway. Flatten my back, but my knees are soft. And then I'm gonna round my back and roll myself up. Hands come up over the head. And I'm gonna reach my hands back behind me to my lower back, and I'm gonna do a nice back bend. And I'm gonna bring myself up to the top. And I'm gonna turn to face you, and I'm gonna take a deep breath in. And then I'm gonna exhale back down, and I'm gonna roll my shoulders forward 3 times. And then I'm gonna roll them back 3 times. And then I'm gonna shake out my arms and my legs. All right, this is Joy from Enjoy Fitness 43. I hope you enjoyed our little workout today. I like that kind of workout. It's fun to do those. Lots of abs and then a little bit of everything for the rest of the body. Hope you have a great day.